let's also try and see what we can do as our government can actually do to provide some immediate steps in making sure that we're able to instill trust in our democracy. Is this something that we can even make it possible?
The first point I want to make is that the fact that something is not unlawful does not mean that it should be done. You look at all your circumstances and make decisions. So when I say that he shouldn't appoint judges at this time, or an appointment should not be made, I'm not saying that he has done anything unlawful. It can be done, but I'm saying that we have run this country with 13 judges before. Assuming these two are going to leave before the end of the year, nothing stops him from making an appointment after an election, because it sends the wrong message. And that is what we are talking about as you enter into an election. Try as much as possible to reduce sensitive appointments. After the election, it's a different ballgame. Why? Even after the election, when Akufo was leaving, he left us with single spine. But he didn't do it before. You understand? So there's a difference. Even over the overall, in certain positions, you would just say, look, the outcry that has come with the 5 judges, just leave it. So let's be clear on that aspect. Then there's the issue of having a former president on the Council of State. I don't agree. I agree that there should be a forum where all the presidents and former presidents meet and discuss, separate from Council of State. Because the level at which he sits, when you put him on the Council of State, it creates a problem in how they will operate.
Competition.
He is a former president. You only see it now because there are 2 of them from different political parties. Assuming they were all from one political party at some point in the future, and you're going to add them to a Council of State.
It's still benefiting the
no, people, whether you like it or not, they are partisan.
They will be above board.
They're supposed to be. So if it is they are coming to advise, let the sitting president call them on a different forum. But to add them to the Council of State, no, you're going to spoil the equilibrium of the Council of State, because they are above them, actually, if you think about it. So to add them to it, I don't agree with my brother.
It's an advisory board.
Yes, but the point is that we should give it a little bit more teeth. And to do that, you cannot put former presidents on it. I think that this idea of advisory without definition as to what they're advising doesn't help, even the way they are put together. So, like you said, constitutional review is important because we have to actually look at what they do and how we appoint in that regard. And so, good point, but we can do it in a different way.
Okay, yes. We've got 5 minutes to do this and wrap up. Lawyer, let me come to you. You spoke about so many other things, about corruption and all of that. Is it possible that we could have opposition parties look at where we are right now and make the difference when they're able to come to power?
If they will. Because what does the Afrobarometer say? It says, this trend has been attributable to the current economic crisis, corruption.
Corruption is part of it.
And mismanagement, which is breeding anger and dissatisfaction. These 3 things, hasn't it gone through the Fourth Republic? Accountability, Have we been able to solve it? See, not unless we begin to take the personal interest in power out, that I come to serve. Remember, service is a precondition of hope. The moment service is no more there, people's interests take over, and that hope the people have dissipates. So not unless we begin to say to ourselves, we are coming for the people and we are going to do right by the people, for the people to gradually have confidence in the government, that could change things. But that personal interest situation is creating havoc for us. Some presidents came and left with nothing. Some presidents have come and left with more. And even if the presidents don't leave, the people they appoint, and sometimes that's where the challenge is, the people they appoint do things that are untoward that affect the president. We want a president, 2025, whichever president comes, what we're looking for is for the president to tell his appointees, if you mess up, you'll be out, and let's see it happen.
Some of them say it doesn't happen when they get into
I'm
power.
saying, let's see it happen.
Okay.
You see the reaction when the union took the action they took. You saw the reaction in the country.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, for my idea. Even with Parliament on this LI, look at what Ghanaians are saying. And that should be a prerequisite for politicians to want to do the right thing. If you don't have integrity, if there's no accountability, if there's no transparency, the people are left bare. And they will go out and do whatever they have to do to be able to survive. But that isn't the way. So we politicians, we should be able, look, we are sitting here talking. He's MPP, he's NDC, I'm CPP. We are bantering. And when you go out there, we are clapping hands and we are laughing and asking each other, Charlie, there's a fufu joint you, let's meet at 12 o'clock. We create a certain different perspective to the people.
We look at me.
Yes, yes, we eat akpele small. Dear who eat it small. But we create a certain picture as if we are loggerheads with each other, which isn't right. Certain things have to change. And it can only change if we also remember, hey, we are in opposition, but we are part of building this nation. We're in opposition, we need to speak the truth and stick to that truth we speak to. And don't say, okay, we've spoken the truth, but. We've spoken the truth, but. That one breaks the confidence. Look, the UK did one thing that I was very respectful of them when Boris Johnson was in power. Whole cabinet said, if you don't leave, we are resigning, including the opposition. What happened? Well, they hunt him out. Are we able to do that in Ghana? When the president was questioning chiefs to stand up because of him, what did we say? Did we take the president on? Did we tell him, Jack, you can't do that kind of thing. You can't play with our tradition. Don't do that. Stop it. Were we able to? Council of State, were they able to? Advisors, were they able to?
Okay. All right. So, no, maybe I'll start up with you on the IGP issue.
Yeah.
We have only 5 minutes to do this. Maybe we'll just all do a quick one on that in 5 minutes.
Okay. But before we touch that, the NDPC, the president's position and all that, I thought the president thinks manifestos, I think the NDPC development agenda should be the baseline, the platform on which you feed in your manifesto. You look at that to draw your manifesto, and then it must feed into the development agenda. And that should be what it is. And he made the argument that, bet for that, the NDPC's development agenda has nothing to do with free SHS, even though the Constitution says it. You get it? But his manifesto captured it, and he was able to roll it out. So let's look at it holistically. IGP, I think it's Deputy IGP in charge of operations. If you read the release, it says that the unanimous position of the police council because of his contributions and hard work, integrity over the years. And we all know who Tete Yohunu is and the way he's acquitted himself as a senior police officer. And so I think I heard James Agaga, the ranking member on Interior and Defense, saying because the president designated operations, does it mean there's going to be another deputy IGP in charge of administration? We've had deputy IGP administration before. We've had it. And so, I don't know. Once there's a deputy IGP, he thought it should have been deputy IGP. You leave it, okay? But there's a designation that in charge of operations. Let's see what it brings to the table. I don't think there's any mischievous motive. People are, I heard my own friend, lawyer. No, I don't see. Why? That's operations. We are going into an election. No, we are going into an election.
Done enough
No, Dampare is still the IGP.
I know,
He's the IGP.
saying,
He needs an assistance from that.
Do you need another person?
Why not? Why not? To assist you. And Yehunu has been assisting the IGP all these while as a commissioner of police. You get it? Yeah, so elevation. Look, I told you I've been a bars boy. When there's a promotion, the celebration in the barracks, it's not easy.
So you think there's
a last Cobra to Cobra
right now?
When somebody got inspector, honorable, he moved. Let me tell you something.
George.
He moved from your junction with the uniform. He had a car. He parked the car, and he walked from the junction. For everybody to see he has gotten a promotion. Yes.
Do you need?
That's motivation
To make it official.
Yes, that's motivation. Deputy IG is on his CV. You get it? International recognition. It even gingers him to do more. You get it? And there's no way that people are saying it's a precursor to removing Dampare. I disagree completely. The president has confidence in Dampare. You get it? And Dampare has been put there. There were senior police officers, the Alex Menses and co, that had leaned into the MPP that we knew. And yet, the president overstepped him. Dampare wasn't the senior most to take over, but the president sidestepped him and took Dampare when Alex Mensa and co were senior commissioners. Okay? So if you don't have confidence and trust in that, and he's acquitted himself excellently so far, Yehunu has been brought to assist him. Let's see how it goes. And operations is important, especially in an election year. You get it? And so let's see how we do our work, and then we avoid some of the mistakes that happened in the past. Congratulations to the IGP, Deputy IGP.
Honorable, I'm sure you understand this background very well because you've been there. Operations. Is it likely to cover up most of the jobs that will be done on the grounds of elections, making the IGP redundant in making him the operations on the grounds?
We have to see how it's going to play out.
But it's been 8 years.
When you put somebody on operations.
Why not now?
When you when you give somebody and give him a specific role, operation, you are sending a clear statement out for some people, that you need somebody to come and take control of the election. Let's not mince words, because what is the biggest operation that is going to take place in the next 4 months?
The elections.
The elections. So that's why Agaga is saying that even if you had said Deputy IGP and left it
without the designation,
you wouldn't have been making a statement. The statement is clear. Come and manage the elections. Because you are doing operations.
Yeah.
And the biggest operation in the next 4 months is the election. So it begs the question, why? And
the fight against armed robberies.
It would have been easier if, and I'm not touching on his competence or ability, no. Yeah. I'm saying the perception that it creates is wrong. It's for me the same with the judges. Yes, you need 2 extra judges. Yes. But after an uproar about 5, why bring in 2 now? You say they are going to retire. They'll be left with 13, assuming even they retire tomorrow. There'll still be 13 out of the 15.
You are lawyers. There should be a cap.
The cap should have stopped at the 13.
Yes.
You have moved it to 15. And you wanted to move it to 20. And people jumped up and down and said no. Now you are bringing another 2. Look, there's no argument. It's not done. At this time, it's not right.
All these things are made for elections 2024.
You know, and if you want to even give somebody a role to play, you don't have to promote the person at this level. And even if you promote him, fine. But why designate it as operations? You see, for me, a lot of things are done which don't help the peace and stability of our country. It's not, you don't do this. We are coming into election, and everybody knows that elections are very volatile times. So when you start taking some actions, coupled with the kind of statements that have been made look, let's start from the bottom up. You have people who have said that. Right up to the president. The president is that, I will never hand over power. He said that statement.
No.
Yes, he now tried to qualify it, but he says that I'm never going to hand over power. And in one place, he said, I will never hand over power to John Mahama, will never come. You have made these statements. Why make such a statement? And when people are concerned about this type of changes, you don't see that they are justified.
No.
You don't. It has come from our own political leaders. Those type of statements don't help anybody. Why? You are a president. What you should be saying is, I'm really hopeful that I'll be able to hand over power to my successor or my flag bearer of my party. I'm hopeful.
Yes. That's his
You didn't
wish.
say that. Said, I'm not going to hand over. John Mahama will never hand over power to John Mahama. You didn't even say to the NDC. You mentioned the person that you will not hand over to.
Yes.
Why? Is John Mahama the only person candidate coming? Even our brother here, maybe CPP will call him. So
They've called him and he's running away.
You see, it is, look, they make their bed. They should lie in it. This is not us saying. The perception is wrong. All the things they are doing, and they have said, not only him, Brian Achampong has said it himself. There are many people who have made this type of statement.
Which state?
It is wrong about not handing over power.
Oh, no.
Yes, it has been done. So
It's in a context.
Fine. That's what you, and I'm telling you that it's feeding into a certain perception.
Okay.
And that is why now maybe an innocuous appointment which shouldn't create any waves, people are saying, why? Meanwhile, maybe the person is the best person to be doing this job at this time, and they need this thing. Make him a deputy IGP. Why operations? So if somebody says, look, when is admin coming? Where's logistics coming? Deputy IGP logistics. So it just leaves certain, what's it called? A certain taste in the mouth, which is creating problem for people. And I think that all these type of appointments and issues, you don't do them 4 months to an election. You can do it. It's not unlawful. But when people start raising eyebrows and something happens tomorrow, they'll attribute it to these appointments that have come.
I thought you should be applauding this.
No,
let me move on
I have a problem with it.
Because of the man involved.
Yes, that's why I said
he said he doesn't even want to
ability.
attack his
I'm not, because it's not about his ability. I don't have a problem with
Yeah,
it.
it's the perception.
It's the perception that is being created. And you've heard the comments. How well?
Lawyer, you have a last take in the
Was there a vacancy?
for that position?
Yeah, was there a vacancy?
No, I think there wasn't.
There wasn't a
No,
vacancy.
it's not a vacancy.
Can the president on his own impose somebody into the police service?
No.
No. So there must have been discussions that went on between the IGP and the council
The police.
and the presidency. And if the president cannot impose, then the IGP must have agreed to it. The question of operations, does the IGP see that as important? Can the president impose a particular department on someone he's appointed? Is that possible?
Very.
Or there's a deficiency in operations that the IGP wants to fill. And remember, the deputy cannot do anything above the IGP.
Thank you.
He cannot. You'd have to go to your boss because the buck will stop with your boss. The only question probably is the timing, maybe. But if it is needed, this election is not going to be an easy election.
I tell you.
Do you know the amount of people, the number of people who are hoarding firearms
For what?
to create problems? You don't know. But you've got to be able to cover. And remember, the type of intelligence the police have, we, the public, don't have it. So really, with such situations, we should try our possible best not to politicize it. But on the other side, those who appoint should be able to give tangible and cogent reasons why they're appointing at this time.
I agree.
Then it stops all this concern going on. And these are some of the things.
Who chairs the police council?
The vice, isn't the vice?
Exactly. Is he a contestant in
Well,
election?
he's a contestant in the election.
So, you know, look, I don't want to drag it.
Don't let us. Don't let.
That's immaterial.
Don't let us even go there. Don't let us. Wait. Don't let us even go there because unfortunately the MPP has found ways of crippling those institutions that the vice president heads.
How?
The EMT is one of them. How? Who was the president taking advice from when the EMT is concerned?
George, you don't want us to go there. You know what has happened with the economic.
Come on.
You don't want
Come
us
on.
It's there. It's fine.
Come on.
But what he's not saying he's not there. He says he's been crippled.
How is it crippled? Their role is to advise. Then they advise.
Let me ask you. This is where when I say the president.
Global crisis.
Wait, please. This is where when I say the president is stubborn, he's stubborn. Do you think, with the Furiata there and vice president there, who the president take advice from?
Furiata.
Exactly.
No, the vice president.
Exactly.
The committee's report is what
the vice president had to move into digitalization because he had no work to do.
Oh,
he had no work to do.
Come on.
So, where the police is concerned, if it is required, I don't have a problem. Look, on the judges, let me end by the judges. The Chief Justice has come and said the workload is plenty. And it's true, the workload is plenty. 2 judges are what? Retiring. Really, in order for Ghanaians to get justice, because when you go to the Supreme Court and your case is there for years, you don't understand why.
And now more courts have been established.
If it is required, I don't have a problem. And look, where a president comes and puts a judge in place, whether MPP, NDC, it is the conscience of the person they put in place that has to work. If you feel you are a judge and you will sit and let partisanship determine how you go, then why
I cited Honorable Alessegwe going to the Supreme Court.
When the moment you get there, you are there to serve the country. And that is what all of us should remember. On this platform, are we here to serve? Are we here to serve ourselves?
No.
Have you brought us here to serve ourselves?
No.
You brought us here because you feel we can give objective analysis
to issues,
to issues that you brought us. If I come and I start insulting you, would you invite me again?
No.
You won't. So,
Honorable Alessandra, they didn't comment on the 29th December appointment. 29th December appointment.
The UPSA laws.
29th December 2016. Auditor General.
In law award and honorific lecture. Now the event presents a high-level opportunity to recognize and acknowledge the outstanding and exemplary contributions of notable Ghanaian personalities in the areas of the rule of law, governance, and the legal academy. Now, this year's Lifetime Achievement in Law Award will be conferred on Dr. S.K.B. Asante, the Paramount Chief of Asante Asokore and former Director, United Nations Center on Transnational Corporations and Chairman of the Committee of Experts, which drafted the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, the August ceremony befitting the occasion. Now, the event comes off on Thursday, 25th of July, 2024 at 5 p.m. at the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium at the UPSA. Please visit the social media platforms of the USA Law School or call 0245-347946 for more information on that. And also, your favorite podcast show, Best of Diaries, will now air every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Joy News channel. You can also watch and listen to all our episodes on Joy News YouTube channel, myjoyonline.com, Apple Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Spotify. Grab a drink and join in for that exciting journey filled with trending buzz, and you don't want to miss that conversation. It's really, really exciting, so do well and tune in and enjoy at 4 p.m. on Saturdays on Joy News. Anyway, let me say a big thank you to my gentlemen for coming through, my honorable members. God bless you so much. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Oh, shit. Did you see that?
Nkrumah helped Africa.
What?
Nana has helped Ghana.
That'll be all for our conversation this morning. Let's let me thank you to Franco to Enterprise Store for Papa Pafi. Call us 0555-939311 and speak to us. And you can also download the app on your phone, and you have all our branches. So all the inquiries you want to make, you can have them over there. Our website is www.francotrading.com, and you need all your gadgets from us. Accessories, you can get them. Phones, refrigerators, CCTV cameras, television screens. We have all of them for you. So just make sure that you purchase one. Many thanks to them for bringing us this very segment. There's still more coming up. As you know, the Golden Girl is standing by with the latest updates and trends. There's sports coming up as well. Relationship conversation also comes up this morning. Tune in and enjoy the very best of it. Stay with us. We're back in a bit.
Newsflash was brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, fun papa fear.